Enjoying secrets of a sugar daddy? How about a little something extra? Here's today's dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
Hey, this is Marcus, and welcome to this segment of Extra Sugar. All right, only one more month until we close all entries for the party. I mean, it's coming up really quick, and we've got to get in touch with people, let them know so they can make flight arrangements or transportation arrangements to Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're still interested in entering to go see Pitbull, Enrique Iglesias, and Ricky Martin with the crew of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, it will include a private suite at the concert with all you can eat, all you can drink. And we have a 22-person suite. Everybody's in the lifestyle, so it'll be very comfortable. And I think you'll feel right at home. It also includes 3 days and 2 nights accommodations, a pre-party at my house, along with transportation to and from the venue. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Some people are coming in on early Friday, and so they're going to be able to spend Friday night, all day Saturday until the party at my house in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. And then some people are leaving late Sunday, so it'll be a great weekend. The weather here is fantastic. So it's just after Thanksgiving, November 24th, 25th, and 26th is the dates. All right, so go to our website to get all the details on that. Now, if you do enter and you're not one of the lucky winners this time, we will be having another party. I haven't planned it yet, but concerts come through the Phoenix area all the time. Great artists love to come play here. So we'll pick out another venue, get another suite, have another contest, and you will automatically be entered into future contests. And then hopefully you'll get drawn next time. Also, too, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're really trying to grow that page, and you get announcements about different shows and lots of funny memes, so please follow us there. All right, I have a scenario here. This is pretty interesting, and I want to get your feedback because I have my own thoughts of it, but it may be different than yours. So this girl is named Kayla, and she says, so I was involved with a potential sugar daddy a while back, and we didn't end up working out because the allowance was continually negotiated, and we couldn't agree to an amount, and he kept trying to convince me to receive a lower allowance because he's an attractive, good guy. Future trophy husband, unquote. That's his words, not mine. I'm cringing about it all right now. Anyways, he convinced me to agree for a few weeks. We did a weekly allowance, but ultimately I decided it wasn't working for me and regretted settling for what he worked really hard to convince me was the best for me. Just the backstory. So a few months back, he started messaging me again, wanting to continue. He's a flight away from me. Since I wasn't having much luck on the site, I decided to be open to seeing him again. He bought my flight, and then, I shit you not, my grandmother passed. So I told him what happened, and I told him I had to cancel the flight, so hopefully he would get a refund. Well, anyways, I noticed like 3 weeks after that, when I checked my email from canceling the flight, it gave me the flight credits. And I called United, and they explained how to use them and that they could only be used by me since my name was on the ticket. Yeah, that's normal. So if I buy a ticket for somebody and for some reason they can't make it, they get the credit. All airlines do that. So obviously she hasn't been in this situation before and just learned that. All right, going on, it says, therefore, I used the tickets to book a flight back home to visit my family a couple months out. Anyways, as I was mourning the loss of my grandmother, I was still chatting with him and trying to figure out when we could plan another trip. But I ultimately decided he wasn't for me because I had met someone locally and I'm monogamous in an arrangement. Once I told him it's not going to work out, he's threatening to get the police involved and said I committed a cybercrime or fraud. I literally don't have the time or energy for this drama. He's wanting the money for the ticket back. Is this something I can actually get in trouble for? I literally don't know what to do. But he's really proved himself to be a dick, and I think he's trying to bully and scare me. All right. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. I have my own thoughts. I'll read a couple of the replies that she was getting. Somebody says just block and be ready to do an order of protection if he continues to harass you. He wanted to fly you out because he's so toxic that he cannot manage to get a sugar baby. He should pay triple for hazard pay. And then she replies, yeah, this is literally the last thing I want to deal with. I told him I'm not a scammer. I'm so tempted to just send him the money because I really hate drama. Well, I like that answer because in your gut, this is causing you angst, and it's $130. Come to find out. Just send him the money. I mean, it'll be done. He'll feel better about it. You will feel better about it, and you'll stop losing sleep at night. Instead, you and other people that are commenting are trying to justify why you don't need to send this money back to him. Yeah, technically you really don't. I mean, he paid for the gift and unfortunately you weren't able to use it. Or actually you did use it, but not for the purpose that he was hoping. But it was a gift nonetheless. So it's, technically really there's nothing that he could do about it. And he's not going to take you to court over $130. That's just scare tactics. But in your gut, I think you know what the right thing to do is. Let's see. Here's a couple other replies. Somebody says, well, this guy's a dick, no doubt about it. You should block him. However, he bought you a ticket to see him, but you used the funds for something else. You owe him the price, in my honest opinion. And she replies, well, I get what you're saying, but instead I should have just not bought a ticket and let United pocket the money, because that's the options. I'm a generous person, therefore I bought a ticket for someone I'd rather to go to some sort of use rather than just let United keep the credit along with the thousands of flights people miss every day. If he had handled this differently instead of threatening me and acting how he is, I would probably be more than willing to give him the $130 back. But if I'm not getting any sort of legal trouble, I am truly abiding by the law, then I see no reason to pay this rich asshole $130. That's truly how I feel. Yeah, see, this is causing too much stress in her life, and it's consuming too much energy in her mind. She really just needs to pay the $130. Another reply says, well, I think you do owe him the money, and you should agree to pay him back over time if you must. I doubt that he could get you in any trouble criminally, but he could sue you in small claims court. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. She goes on. Here's more information. The ticket he bought was actually $550, but I used $130 worth of credit. My thinking is there is a reason you can buy flight insurance in case something like this happens. The rest of the money is tied up in United flight credit, and it's not like United gave me $550 cash. So at most, I will give him $130. Really, buying a ticket for a plane is like buying a ticket to a show. Sometimes your date may not be able to make it, and something may come up like a death. I'm so angry that he's creating drama in my life. It's been over a month since she's passed now, but I'm still mourning. Wow, okay, I didn't even read down that far. So it was $550. That makes more sense, but she's used $130 of it. Yep. I don't think my advice is going to change at all. You just need to pay him back. You're going to end up using that credit, hopefully. And the final answer or final reply on somebody is, legally, I doubt he can do anything. Personal ethics-wise, this may be the first time I've read a situation like this and it wasn't immediately black and white. She's right, he's wrong, tell him to fuck off. He bought her a ticket for their agreed-upon trip. For valid reasons, she couldn't make the trip. For valid reasons, she decided to cancel the trip entirely. Through no fault of hers or his, it turns out the only way to cancel the original ticket is for her to get non-transferable credits. Let's stop there for a moment. She has non-transferable credits she never wanted. He is aware of airline ticket rules. He could have ordered a refundable ticket if he wanted to be assured this wouldn't happen. She never asked for those non-transferable credits. She is under no obligation to send him cash for airline credits she doesn't want. She's got hundreds in credits she may not use for years. Okay, but then she used 130 of the credits for a flight. Once she actually used the credits, not before, ethically I think she should give him the $130. But there's another consideration. Coming to an agreement with him, I'll send you the money as I use the credits, keeps her in contact with him possibly for years. Years of him hassling her on how he hasn't gotten his money yet. Years of him disagreeing how much she already paid back. It's hard to see this in black and white. Personal ethics to me says pay him back as you use the credits. but his behavior and her mental health trump that. And honestly, an SD buying non-refundable tickets should know this could happen. So I wouldn't criticize either a payback as it's used agreed or a fuck off. She does not owe him the full value of the credits at this time, legally or ethically, in my opinion. Actually, that was a really good response, kind of covered both sides of it. But still, if you're going to use the credits, I would pay him back. I just think that would help you rest easy at night, help him feel better, and, $550 is not going to be a life-changing amount for you. Especially the $130 that you've already used. So that's my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion or take on this scenario, I'd love to hear it. Go to our website at secretsofasugardaddy.com and leave us a message there. Or our email address is sosdpodcast@gmail.com. All right, look for a new episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy every Tuesday. We've got a really good one coming out. It's Vivian and Kevin. We're in town, and we got to get caught up with them. And then the week after that, we had a girl fly down from Chicago who came on the show. And again, another excellent show. And then just to give you a teaser, actually today, I am recording with Podcast Fanboy and Katie. They met up through the podcast and spent some time together, and you're going to get to hear how their time together has been, and it's going to be quite shocking. All right, until next time, bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed your Extra Sugar with Marcus. As always, visit our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, to comment or tell us your story.